Thank you, Councillor. I too would like to join with other councillors and thank residents for their passionate presentations tonight, and especially for this from the Hotham History Project. And I'm reliably informed that item number 3, the Presbyterian Union Church, went on to become the founding location of the People Power political party, which may actually give rise to a good argument for the demolition of churches, perhaps. Nonetheless, in hearing the arguments from residents tonight, I don't think it's often that we get such a manifest rejection by residents of a planning application, and that's pretty hard to ignore. There are a couple of things that residents said that I just wanted to point out, and one was, and forgive me because I can't remember exactly who said it, but you'll know who you are, the moral intent of the initial land grant was brought into question. Another one was worship and religion will not be enhanced by 74 apartments. Those two comments really stood out to me, and while I certainly don't want to suggest in any respect that the Baptist Church over 100 years ago intended or were motivated to embark on a profit-making mission, I am now questioning whether they are now. And this is the decision before us today, not one that was before us 100 years ago. This is what we're dealing with today, and it's important that we take on the residents' views of today. Listening to how residents describe their neighbourhoods rings true. We all have neighbourhoods and we all appreciate different aspects of them, or we wouldn't be there. And hearing the personal insights of those here tonight, I think is very, very difficult to turn a blind eye to. As Councillor Mayne pointed out, this application is certainly not the most severe that councillors have seen in recent times. And we're not dealing with an 80-storey tower tonight, but I think to a lot of residents here we might as well be. And this is what we need to take into account as councillors, that it's not the 80-storey tower at South Bank or anywhere else in the city. It's a 6-storey development in a very close-knit neighbourhood. A neighbourhood that's considered precious to many and is deeply, deeply cared about. I also want to make the point as well that I think council officers have done an enormous job here, and it's worth remembering that in doing that, they've delivered upon their duty to make a recommendation within the guidelines that are delivered to them. Some of what residents have put forward to us tonight, and indeed some of the considerations that I've taken on board in opposing this, couldn't have been considered by officers. So I think we need to recognise that, and recognise what as councillors we're elected to do, and that is to listen to our ratepayers, to listen to our residents and other members of the community. So on that note, I remind people that we are still faced with an alternate motion in the event that this one fails. And I thank Councillor Lefford for that, and I will oppose it.